Hey guys, so this is me after I'm done with the video. My voice sounds different. I'm more awake. If I sound different, then excuse it because I was sleepy. So I'm making this video because I have a couple people asking me, what settings do you play on? What cards do you use? What controls you think are better? So I'm gonna point out some good cards here, some tips, you could use during combat, and a camera setting that I think is very good while in PvP. So firstly, let's go to my settings. Vibration. There's a lot of people that argue that you should have this on, or I mean that you should have this off. Um, I feel like it don't make a difference, so I leave it on. I play on standard. I have all of these high sensitivity because for some reason this game is so damn slow. Um, Dead zone, I have that all the way down. It gives you more push for your analog stick. First person, I feel like if you have this too high, it's too crazy. So I really don't use first person, but if I ever have to, that would be my setting right there. Wait, one more thing. Lock on mode, I have that for wide. Basically with that setting, if there's someone right here but you lock on, like you press L2, or you press L2 right here, it'll automatically put you to this one, so it goes wide instead of going up like that. Or normal, I think, is just in a circle but in front of you. Display, I play on PS4 Pro with a 4K TV, so it might be different for me, but anyways, if you do, just have this on. Right here I have the reticle dot size as small, and then the reticle as dot. I prefer this. I prefer dot over simple for many reasons. One being that the dot just feels a lot smoother. When you aim, it's already there. Like, you don't get no visual boundary or anything like that. And what I mean by a visual boundary is like, let me show you. See, when you aim, you see that visual message that tells you hold on. If you wait a little bit, your shot will be more accurate. For me, in PvP, not using Deadeye, that just, like, in a way, I feel like my shots don't hit the target as accurate as it would as dot. There's people that say it doesn't really matter, all of that, but I mean, a lot of people don't understand that the way things look, the way things sound, could affect your gameplay. Sounds crazy, but it's true. At least for me. Anyways, you see that little message right there. It tells you hold on. Just wait a little longer. Your shot's not that quite there yet, but just if you want, give it a chance and you might hit. So that's why I use dot, which gives me that instant feeling that it could hit right there. It's like a little laser. Now, only use dot if you have a good TV or you're able to see the dot, because if not, you're basically gonna be without a dot. Audio, I don't have nothing there, just my music's off because I don't like the music on here. It gets annoying. For camera, I don't change nothing on here, only this right here, camera follow level. A lot of people think that having it high is good, but actually it's best to have it off. I would assume that only probably like 5% of players play with it off because they don't really know what it does. But basically what it does is it it if you turn your camera, it'll stay looking that way. It won't go back to the middle like the way your body's facing. So I could turn it right here and I'm still running straight. That way you have like better control over your control fully control of your camera. 100%. So if I was to turn that on any other thing, basically if I was to turn this way, it would go right back to the front. If I was to turn this way, it'll go right back to the front. It's like automatically set to follow the way your body's facing. That right there is a big tip. um there's one thing I want to show y'all that a lot of people don't do is when you're in a gunfight and they're in front of you and you shoot them, then they end up diving, then the average person is gonna go ahead and dive right behind them, and it's gonna be like a diving battle. So what you could do instead of that is you could, if you don't already do it, I suggest trying to learn how to do this. So when they dive, try to be tapping L2 until you're able to lock onto them, and so once you lock onto them, you're gonna turn your camera a little to the left if they dive to the left, and if they dive to the right, you're gonna turn your camera that way, and you're gonna try to like slant it top right, like, or top left, so at an angle like that, So the reason why you do that is because you know their head's gonna be up a little bit to the right, and you just gotta time where they're gonna be. So right when they're about to be coming up, right now, you're able to lock onto them and give them a good headshot. So for them, it will feel like you shot them in mid dive. You could either do that or you could just use painted black and sit there marking them. But to me, it's kind of dumb, because there's really no guns fast enough to just, you know, put them down like that. Maybe the Evans repeater, but if you're like going head up with a good player, more than likely it's not gonna kill them. They're probably gonna dive and come up and headshot you. Especially with an Evans, all it takes is about 2 shots. One to knock off their hat, and the other one to kill you with a headshot. So I suggest learning that. Try not to be diving behind after them. You know, you can sometimes in some occasions, but when you're head up, try to learn that. It's gonna be real effective. So what really makes me have an advantage over other players, besides playing Grand Theft Auto 5, running gun for about 5 years straight, is that there was this one setting on GTA 5. It was called standard FPS 2. Over here they don't have that. They have standard FPS, but it's not good. It's trash. Hopefully they add standard FPS 2. If y'all played GTA, y'all would know what I'm talking about. But anyways, it would allow you to run with R1, and you could use your thumb. So you could use your pointer finger to run with R1 to tap it, and then use your thumb to control your camera at all times. So before I go any further, I want to let y'all know that I have button assignments. It may take a couple hours for you to get used to them, but all you have to do is switch X to R1, and that's gonna let you run with R1, and X is gonna be to take cover, I think. Let me see, because I don't really use X much. What is X for? Well, anyways, X just replaces whatever R1 was. I think, wait, yeah, it's to jump, right? No, yeah, it's to cover. So, it's to take cover. So you'll be taking cover with X, and you'll be running with R1, and you'll have full control over your camera. So, the main reason why I did it is because, one, I was used to standard FPS 2, and two, I've noticed when I was using X, I would have to be switching from X to my camera, X from my camera with my thumb. Now, unless you play claw, then you don't gotta worry about this. But if you're like me and you play standard, you just play with the original controls, and you really want to get good, and you really take this game serious, or you really want to get good at this game, go ahead and use the button assignments. Try it out. Run with R1 and have your thumb on the camera at all times. That's gonna give you faster turnarounds around buildings or around walls. It's gonna let you be a lot faster and everything. It's gonna make you react faster and all that. You don't have to be tapping X, then moving your camera, then tapping X, then moving your camera. And basically that just, it's a barrier. It slows you down. Probably like, I don't know how long it slows you down, but it slows you down 100%. Now before I end this video, let me go ahead and show my ability cards real quick. Painted black. Almost everybody's using painted black. With this, if you're using a bow and you join a showdown series and it's a hostile, whatever that thing is, I forget what it's called, something hostile. Basically, you control the points and all that, and you gotta go try to take A, B, C, D, and E, and anyways, if you're in that mode or Most Wanted or anything like that, a bow's one shot. So someone could be all the way over there. All you gotta do is go in Deadeye, paint them, and shoot them. Let it go, and it'll kill them instantly. You could hit someone from so far, and you could just be there, just spawn trapping them. I'd be getting like 30. I'd be going like 32-0 or 36-2. The bow's insane with that mode and painted black. And not just that, it lets you do this. So what I do is I aim R3 to go in Deadeye and then shoot for a headshot. My bad, wrong gun. So I would lock onto them, R3, headshot. And usually when you kill them, Deadeye should turn off on its own. If not, I turn it off myself, which you're gonna get used to. It's gonna be L2, R3, R3, R3. But when you lock on, you wanna lock on, go to the head a little bit. So you're gonna lock on, go up, R3, R3, R3. It seems like a lot, but you'll get used to it. Let me showcase it right here. Go back and get a headshot. See, right now my Deadeye core is a little messed up, so my aim's off. So that's why I use painted black. Peak condition. I was always switching peak condition with winning streak, but I came to finally realize that peak condition is pretty okay. One, now that I use R1 to run, I have the setting to where I just hold it instead of tapping it, and I run a certain amount of speed. So I don't run too fast, but I'm saving my stamina core, so my shots will be more stronger, do more damage. So what I would do is I would run fast, when I would see someone, I was like slowing down by holding R1, and then I would just lock on, and then shoot up. I use strange medicine for multiple reasons. One, when you're in a gunfight as well. As long as you're inflicting damage on your opponent, you'll be gaining back some health. So you could go ahead and kill someone, have a fight out with them, lose half health, kill them, then start shooting at someone else, and you should already have full health again, just by inflicting damage to them. And they may be like, what the hell? How is he regaining health so fast? Well, with strange medicine, you regain health just by inflicting damage. So that's a good card. Never without one. If you're not using this in PvP, you're basically in a wheelchair. You're gonna be getting headshot left and right, literally almost every time you spawn. You need never without one. It's like a helmet. Basically, if you're running, someone's behind you, they shoot you. All you have to do is your hat's gonna fall off sometimes, and you just jump, and then try to shoot them. Try to lock on to wherever the bullet came from. So if you're running, and you get like a little, I guess you see where the bullet's coming from, or it tells you on your radar where the bullet came from. So if someone's to my left and they shoot me, my hat's gonna fall off. I'm gonna jump, and then like that. That's usually what I do. So that's why I use never without one. Now let me tell you, with never without one, if you're not in a persistent posse and you load up showdown with it, basically once your hat falls off, that's it. It's not coming back on. So if you're wondering like what's the point of using never without one if your hat never respawns with you? Basically, you just gotta go to posse and either get a persistent posse or join someone that has a persistent posse with a posse outfit set to like big city or rugged. So I usually just put big city. Then I join the showdown series large, but I make sure that my cores are all the way filled up, because the way your cores are before you join, that's how your cores are gonna be during the showdown whenever you spawn. So make sure your cores are always filled up, and you always load in with a persistent posse and a posse outfit. That way you could keep respawning with your hat every time it falls off or you die, because you can't pick it up. I think that's it. Other than this is my loadout. I'm starting to use regular ammo. If I use express or high velocity, I always have to be leaving the lobbies early after like 4 games, and that's just too much like time consuming, and it wastes a lot of money. So when you use regular ammo, yes, it does put you at a disadvantage, but to me, I mean, it's worth it in the long run. Saves you money and saves you time. That's a big difference. So if you're winning people and you're using regular ammo like me, you could feel good about yourself in a way, because you're at a disadvantage and you're still winning. So feel good about yourself. I think that's about it. Right at the time, my official like long range weapon is a Lancaster. I was I was undecidable at first. It was either the Lancaster, the Evans, or the Litchfield. But Litchfield is strong, yes, but in some ways it's not that accurate and it's too slow. Evans, I've been noticing that you could be behind someone and you're putting 6 or 7 headshots on them, even without a hat, and they're still not dying. And they're not even in slow and steady or anything like that. So I think something's bugged out with the Evans. So that's why I use the Lancaster. To me, it's just an all-out good weapon for long range. And I'm not using the sawed-off shotguns anymore because I've noticed that the range on them is horrible. And sometimes you could be like right here, they're at this tree, and you shoot them, and they basically like do no damage. It's insane. They need to buff those or buff the range or something. But yeah, those are my settings. Hope y'all like. Hope y'all enjoy. See y'all later.